What's up, y'all? We back with another video. It's been a while. I'm gonna go ahead and start it. It says doing trends while the patient has a morning wood again, and these are nurses.
So you're in hospital, having nearly escaped death from a motorcycle accident,
Crazy.
and the nurse says to you, "Let me see that cock." Welcome to healthcare, everyone. So this is Nurse Sarah, a problematic nurse who we spoke about a while ago on the channel, who seems to think that a patient with a headache is cause for a prostate exam. What hospital is she at again? But since we last spoke about her, she's gotten far worse. The content's gotten more disgusting and just completely and utterly wrong in the world of ethics. And I just thought it was necessary on this wonderful, lovely Sunday afternoon that we revisit this topic and do a deep dive into the world of horny nurses on God's Day. And that is exactly what she is. She is a horny nurse who posts thirst trap content while she's working her job at the ICU. Although what does concern me is the mask. The mask looks like it belongs in the child intensive care unit.
I'm not gonna lie though, how many men then had a fantasy about getting it on with a nurse? Come on now. Just like I'm pretty sure there's some women who's got a sexy doctor or whatever, and they got this little fantasy that, the doctor make a move on them. They got this little fetish. I don't know, or fantasy, whatever you want to call it.
So, is it a children's nurse? And when she's on the break, she's filming this kind of content, helping my patient wind down after surgery.
5, 4, 3.
Oh, hell no!
Right?
So let me paint you a dreadful picture.
Let me find out, because ain't no nurses doing that.
Basically, your granddad just came out of his very bad knee surgery.
That stuff is so cringy.
And this nurse, his first instinct is to jack his balls off.
Right?
Well, his penis wouldn't be his balls because
Right,
obviously that wouldn't. And she does several kinds of videos like this, ladies and gentlemen. If you've seen this topic before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And just to warn you guys, the deeper you guys get into the video, the worse the TikToks will get.
She's
So
cringy.
you have been warned. Jerry, you heard me warn them. Did you not, Jer? F*** you. The patient couldn't hold back, so he just ripped right through it. Okay, firstly I was confused by the caption and didn't understand, but then I looked closely and saw that she had some fine-aged substance on her face, I guess. So what she's
And
trying
on
to
her
imply is that there are patients
shirt.
nutting on her. Which, if you're a nurse, a real nurse, I'm sure you know that never happens. She will often do thirst trap content about her patients. Sometimes it may be consensual. Sometimes it may be non-consensual thirst traps. And obviously in the code of ethics then, it doesn't seem very professional to be doing something like this. I mean, do you really want to visit a hospital where these kinds of things are going on? Perhaps even be a patient?
Think about it, it's unsterile. Her doing stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? If she really was, but I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Like, I don't know. If I was single,
Decide if you are in critical condition and your health bar is seriously low, you're going to want to go to a hospital where you are going to be treated properly.
She's super cringy. That chick that's recording these videos is disgusting. I don't see how men find stuff like that exciting.
Over and be interested in one thing and one thing only, and that thing is 2 inches long. How do you see the size of his ears? Imagine the size of his...
Did he say 2 inches long? But it meant 2 inches short. ... My joint bigger than that. That's crazy.
And then they're battling. But we have to stay
3 inches.
Professional. Ask him if we can see it. No, we shouldn't. The doc will be here any minute.
Hold on, why is her ass cheek hanging out? Right down here.
Be professional. Ask him if we can see it. No, we shouldn't. The doc will be here any minute. Yeah. Because that's a good idea. Ask a patient if he can see his cock. And why the fuck does she have a hole in her ass? Despite the usual hole that's there. There's a new tear, apparently. Did somebody's penis do that? Out daily in a fight at work. Are you trying to say that you fight these thoughts daily? So is this what's going on in your brain, is it? Perhaps you need to check yourself into the ICU, sweetheart. And people do often theorize that this isn't actually a real nurse, which we still don't know until this point, unfortunately. But what we can say is that the background does seem like a nurse's office.
My question is, how in the hell do she's got all this time, and why are if she ain't a nurse, why are they letting her come in there to film dressed as a nurse, bullshit and playing unless she's sneaking? I don't know how this is happening. I don't. Explain.
Doctors, it's a hospital, is what it seems like. You've got the hospital beds, you've got the units with the IV drip. Seems pretty real to me, anyway. Oh, my bad. Her name is not Nursing Sarah anymore. She's changed it to Caregiving Sarah, and she's apparently a CNA. A CNA, in context of healthcare,
Certified
CNA stands for Certified Nursing Assistant. More like Certified Nutting Assistant.
Nutting assistant.
A role that provides basic patient care under the supervision of licensed nurses. So where the fuck's the nurse when all this is happening then? Because I don't know if you know this, but this nurse is not giving mouth to mouth, she's giving ass to mouth.
Right. Cock to mouth.
For your mouth.
She probably wearing that mask because she's got a horse mouth.
Right. So you're.
I see her face and I just see this part. It's a horse mouth. Like her face, her teeth probably look. Her mouth probably looks trash.
You're a nurse and your job is to save lives, but here you are taping a patient's mouth and then sitting on his face. Well done, you just killed him. And here's another example of the insanity of this hellhole is that, let's just say a patient woke up, he has a collapsed lung.
Hey, hold on. You want to know something crazy? Okay. Now, I've been to the ER, I don't know how many times. This right here,
insanity of this hellhole is that, let's just say a patient
like that. All right, so there'd be times where I'd be laying on the bed, and they'll have my arm like this, and they'll be doing something, what I'm saying, to my arm. Like one time I went to go get an EKG, and the lady was like, when she put the stuff on my body, those little things, her arm would rub across me down there. You know what I'm saying? Across my, you know what I'm saying? And there was a time where my hand was up and she'd rub her boob across my hand. And I said, sorry. She was like, oh, you're fine. Like, that ain't the first time that's done happened with a nurse. You know what I'm saying? Like, where I've done got basically a handful of titty. Like, not even trying. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I wasn't trying, but I wasn't not trying, if that makes sense.
Up, he has a collapsed lung, and the only nurse that's there is Nursing Sarah, and her only concern is whether or not you woke up with a hard cock. POV, my patient didn't wake up with morning wood today. This makes me feel a bit insecure. Do I not look good today? Well, I am sorry, Nursing Sarah, but whether or not a patient wakes up with an erect penis or not is none of your concern. As a patient going to the hospital, ladies and gentlemen, we go there to take care of our wounds, not to take care of hers. So this is really putting on a bad influence and giving bad names to nurses right now. And then the question does arise of, well, is she actually a nurse and is she doing this on her break hours? Because if she's doing this on her break and she actually is a nurse, then she's just kind of putting her thoughts into TikToks. I don't really want to go to hospital with my broken ass toe and be worried whether or not a nurse wants my penis. And her content does get a lot worse. Some of it is fetishizing grape. And as you've seen the title, some of her content is about essaying her patients. It would literally be borderline sexual assault. I mean, God forbid, you don't want to be on your deathbed laying in hospital having lost both legs and all the nurse is thinking about is me.
And not only sexual, it would be full on RA, grape, full on grape.
You nut. But get this, guys, right? I decided to ask ChatGPT what happens if a nurse decides to sit on my face. And the concept is so beyond.
It depends on the nurse. It depends on what it smells like. It depends on your relationship situation. But hey, if you're single, she fine, and that thing don't stink, then hey. If she sit on your face, then let her sit on you, know what I'm saying? Do your thing, so I guess. I don't know about that sitting on my face, though, because what pleasure am I getting out of that? The fuck? You feel me? I ain't no munch. You gonna munch too, though.
human or even computer understand
69
it. That
in
they
this
asked
bit.
me if I was trying to be funny. You know, it's bad enough that when you tell a human what you've witnessed, they don't believe you. But when you ask a computer-generated system, and even they don't believe you. I think AI even got offended that I asked this question. I'm here for respectful, helpful, or honest conversations. I think this does sum up how ridiculous this situation is. They asked me, do I want to rephrase or explain where I'm coming from with that? And I said, no, I mean, what if they actually decide to sit on my face while I'm in a hospital bed? And they said again, assuming you're being serious or hypothetical and not just joking around. AI can't believe it. But they eventually did explain what would happen. That would be a massive violation of professional boundaries, hospital policy, and likely criminal conduct. Nurses are healthcare professionals bound by strict ethical codes, and anything sexual or physically inappropriate with a patient, especially one in a vulnerable position, aka your granddad with his new prosthetic knee, is considered sexual misconduct or assault. And according to this, if someone was to find out that this was happening, the nurse would likely be investigated, suspended, fired, and potentially face criminal charges or a loss of their license.
If not both.
And then AI asked me if this was my fetish. What the hell? Why do I feel like
Didn't I tell you there's some people that just got that fetish? Like, hey,
I'm having the sex talk with my dad right now? So, and if she's genuinely standing there saying when you're just vibing with a patient, but all of a sudden their morning wood grows, I think this is likely crossing a boundary here. And here's another TikTok she posted with her and a supposed patient. Me and who? Can I try this on you? Right, so
she's
you just body slammed a patient and then he fucked you. Okay.
Right? That's
yes,
what I was about to
please.
say.
So
Hold
you're
on,
going to be body slammed by a nurse and leave the hospital with more injuries than you came in with. And as you can see in this TikTok again, it's got a wheelchair in the background with even a doctor's stool and also a possessed demon from hell that needs to be sent back immediately. Okay, we've got a male, age 53, having broken 15 bones in his body. His spine is totally snapped in half. He's got
Buddy obviously ain't had no girl make those type of faces.
bruised ribs, and his lung's been punctured.
She a demon, I.
Don't worry, Doc. Leave it in me.
Bruh, come
And that's
on.
probably what's going to happen when you go to this hospital. It's everything you don't want. And she does have an OnlyFans, as we've seen before, for this type of content. POV, you're teasing the patient with the fourth hole until he starts tweaking. What the fuck is the fourth hole? Are you sticking penis in your ear or something? Is that pleasurable? Does that work? See, and that's kind of like the lighter side of the content. That isn't too bad. It becomes worse when she involves SAing and also grape, because that's what a nurse should be talking about and posting about. And obviously she's posting this kind of content to get attention and to try and push people to her OnlyFans. But then again, if you are a nurse, why the fuck are you on OnlyFans? That should be banned. She does act the way she does in TikToks in the intent.
Facts. If you're in the medical field, if you're a cop, like in the government, anything like that, bruh, why are you doing it? You don't even need to. You get paid a good amount of money. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be allowed to. I mean, it's a side hustle. If they want to make their money on the side, then ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? But I get where they coming from. You work here, and we got to obtain a certain standard, and it looks like your standards went from here to here since you're doing OnlyFans now. You know what I'm saying? That's probably what they thinking. You know,
Intensive care unit. It's literally going to cause some emotional stress, some real emotional damage. When your patient is
moral standards got to be high if you working in government. In the government, if you working in inside of the like medical field, I feel like if you a teacher, your morality has to be pretty high. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be you got to think about all the people that you come in contact with on a daily. You know, if you out here doing OnlyFans and you a cop, you know, ain't nobody gonna really take you serious. You know, they gonna, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Deputy D's, let me see you bounce that ass. You feel me? Like, Like, officer such and such, slang that dick around. Girls ain't gonna be taking no male cop serious. Men ain't gonna take male cop serious. Yeah, go on and go ride that dildo over there. Or go, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know what type of shit you post and somebody see it. Now you know it just done fucked you up. It's done fucked your whole business up. It's done, you ain't gonna be able to. It's gonna be harder to get a job at certain places. You know what I mean? All it takes is for a video to leak, somebody to find out about you at your job, and then boom, you done. But hey, to each his own.
He's about to finish inside of you, but then he pulls out because someone knocked on the door.
Please, just come inside.
You. Some real emotional damage. When your patient is about to finish inside of you, but then he pulls out because someone knocked on the door.
Please, just come inside. This shit is not a game.
Oh, and there's the creepy hand. Don't do a prostate exam with the creepy hands, please.
Hey nurse, I've come for my really embarrassing prostate exam.
Oh, that's fine.
Because today I'll be using my strong hand.
Please just finish what you started. Let's not fucking finish what was started. This shouldn't have begun to begin with. I'm
That scene is always funny.
traumatized. So this is disgusting. Yeah, you're on the right track there. What she is basically talking about is getting pregnant from a patient. Well, the chances of getting pregnant are obviously dependent on the type of sperm the man has, but we don't need to get into that today because this isn't a sexual health video. And are you all ready for this next wholesome nurse video about saving people's lives? POV, the combative patient broke out the restraints and generally started tweaking. I was promoted to patient again. You were pulled to the ground by the combative patient and then raped. And you thought that was a good idea to make a thirst trap content about, was it?
I just had this great idea today. Let's fetishize grape.
Yeah, no, but there's real people. Like, I had an ex, Jessica. I ain't gonna say her last name, but she had said some wild ass shit, and nobody will know because I've dated actually a couple Jessicas, which is funny. I've not only dated but messed around with a couple Jessicas, so you'll never know which one I'm talking about if you know me personally and know if you might know them. But she ended up telling me one day that she had a fantasy about the same thing. Like, she wanted somebody to do that. And I used to always say, like, why would you want to do that? You're gonna want that. You want that now until somebody actually do it to you, but it's by somebody that you don't want to, you ain't attracted to. It's gonna be somebody nasty and ugly, or you know what I'm saying? You when you getting raped, it's not what I always looked at her so confused. Like, it just don't make sense. Like, fetishes like that just blows my mind. It's like, imagine if you was in their shoes, a real person being like, if you was in a real situation like that, and it was your father, your blood, your biological dad. That's it. I mean, you got the fantasy. He's fulfilling your fantasy, right? You had a fantasy to get raped, so he's fulfilling your fantasy. But see, you see how sick that is. Girls don't think about that when they say, "Ooh, I wouldn't mind being raped." Like, what? Blew my freaking mind when I was like, I wasn't even grown yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it blew my mind. Women, some women are just, yeah, some women be on some weird
Attract all
shit,
the
man.
grapists to my OnlyFans. Yay!
You're fucking weird. And you need to get off the internet. And that's not the only one that she made fetishizing this type of content. One of the posts she actually made was where she accidentally dropped 2 syringes and injected herself, knocking herself unconscious, which it would have been better if it just ended there. But it then proceeded by her getting raped once again. Some patients take every chance they get. Wow, more content about being raped. I mean, it's just peak comedy, isn't it? I mean, just women getting raped.
Hey, so check dick. Men. Find this girl on YouTube, or not YouTube, but TikTok, whatever. Next time y'all go to the hospital, doctor's office, anything like that, ask the nurses. They might not, old, young, whatever, just to see. Ask them if they've ever heard of her, if they've watched her videos, and what do they think about it. Let me know what they say.
I mean,
If y'all
isn't
do it.
anything funnier than that? Not just that, but she dropped the syringe on her foot, which I'm guessing is some kind of anesthesia, which put her straight to sleep. My advice would be to not hold it with your strong hand. Don't hold it with. Why would you hold the syringe with this hand? I mean, it practically just.
Hold on, is that her real hand?
Don't hold it with. Why would you hold the syringe with this hand? I mean, it practically just renders you as incapable at that point. I mean, how would you even do anything with that? Anyway, and in that TikTok, you can actually see her nurse badge, but we can't actually see the details on there. So I imagine if you could see the details, lots of people would probably be ringing this hospital and saying, by the way, your nurse has gone fucking wild. Mm-hmm. She is actually pretending to essay her patients. She needs to get out of that. There is a code of ethics here that you have to stand by, which is you have a duty of care to take care of patients. And how you show up to work every day isn't about, oh, I'm such a horny mess. It's how many people's lives can I save today? I remember how she was a CNA, basically a nurse in training. Well, she made a TikTok about her, being a CNA, and then the supervisor nurse also there as well, but obviously it's the same person, but she's just acting it out as a skit, and this is what it said. The patient got his meds. Approved. I checked his blood pressure. Approved. I'm about to check his morning woods. What the fuck's going on? Approved, I don't know. We can do it together. Excellent argument. Approved. Yay. A patient's going to get jacked off by two nurses. Which hospital was this at again?
Right.
I need to find out.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, hold on, wait. What?
It's a big problem. And I need to report this to the authorities.
You ain't reporting shit.
Where is it?
Where is it? Where is it?
It was so good you had to bring up.
He know damn well he ain't gonna report that. He pop up right there. Yeah, I think I got the flu.
Patient back with CPR.
I'm having heart problems. Oh, I don't know. I wouldn't want that hand to touch me, man. Every time I see that hand, my shit would be like, shoo. Shoo. That hand just would throw me off. All that. Don't care about none of that. As soon as I see that damn.
Well, firstly, I know this is what I shouldn't be focusing on, but once again, that's not the rhythm of CPR. Staying alive. No, she's doing it too quickly. She's doing it too fucking quickly. She's killed someone. But also, you are mounting the patient like that. I didn't know that's what CPR looks like. God forbid there's anybody watching this and don't know how CPR is performed. They see this and they're gullible enough to think that, right, when my dad accidentally has a heart attack, I'm going to mount him. Apparently, she's still got her OnlyFans up. And here's the link. Oh, she's changed the description. They say you shouldn't fall for the girl behind the mask, but you'll be begging to be my next patient. I've studied exactly how to push your buttons. And let's just say I know exactly how to make your wood feel amazing. Oh yeah, baby.
Hell no. Nah.
Dirty dog, Jerry. Speaking of which, though, if you can make my wood feel amazing, I'd really appreciate like a nice clean finish on this. Just smooth it down a little bit, take the edges off. No bad vibes here, just teasing, deep convos, and a few dangerously fun checkups in my DMs. Dangerously fun, eh? Will you sit on me and kill me? Will you tape my mouth shut and fucking kill me? I'm quiet and all fantasy on socials, but mister, I do know how to treat you right. With or without my baby hand. Oh, she called it a baby hand. What the fuck? Don't call it a baby hand. It's a strong hand. Fucking baby hands, bro. What the fuck? Chat, are we cooked?
See? That would even blow me even more. I'd be like, this bitch said her baby hand. I don't even want that next to me.
I think we're cooked. Just imagine I passed you like this and my pants.
Just think about if a dude said, "I'll lay next to you and just rub my baby rub my baby right up against your butt. I'm gonna put my baby up against your butt. I'm gonna just say the word. Put my baby dick up against your butt." Just imagine them saying that. How would you feel about that? You can hold my baby dick. Oh my god, that would be crazy. And
Slip
how
down.
would you react?
What's your next move? Nothing, because I'm not about to sexually assault my nurse who's trying to save my life. Fucking hell. Where are we? Are we on fucking Earth? Am I losing my mind right now? Comment down below and let me know.
Is this
This
here in
is a
America?
problem, right? This is problematic. I'm right, aren't I?
Is she
It's
here?
problematic. You expect a duty of care, but instead you're getting your shaft grinded down. I'm good. I think I'll just have my fucking toe fixed up. Thank you very much. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, check out my other videos if you enjoyed this one. I'm sure you'll enjoy these ones. And also subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment down below.
That is funny. All right, so let me know what y'all think about the video down in the comments. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.